Thank you, Rabbi Shippel, for those very kind and generous words. I'm very appreciative that you mentioned this in the presence of my uncle, who actually believes what you've just said. And am very humbled to stand here this morning. It's a great bracha to be here in the presence of my Rebbeim, of our Roshei Yeshiva, who honor us with their wisdom, with their insight, with their life guidance. It is my pleasure to be standing here with a number of our deans and administrative leaders, the Dean of REITs, Rabbi Menachem Penner, the Dean of our undergraduate Torah studies, Rabbi Yosef Kalinsky, and I'm pleased to also introduce the Dean of our Sai Sim School of Business, Dr. Noam Wasserman, who is here with us as well. And it is a special bracha to be here with you, to be with our students, Menachem, to be here with the reason why we're here, the future leaders of the Jewish people. What I want to talk to you about this morning, in the brief time that I have, is what exactly are we doing at Yeshiva University? What is the purpose of Yeshiva University education? Why are we here? Why are we here? And I want to get there by analyzing two different trends that we find in our sources towards understanding rabbinic, or what we say, human psychology. Okay, if you look at your source sheets, everybody distributed source sheets. If you look at your source sheets, you'll see that the first one, source number one, deals with the story of Cain and Hevel. And we know that Cain did not bring the karban that was accepted, the mincha that was accepted by Hashem. He was very upset. And Hashem tells him, why are you so upset? Haloim teitiv se'et, if you do better, it'll be okay. However, v'im lo teitiv, lepetach chatat rovetz. Sin crouches at your door. Ve'elecha teshukata, and it desires you. Va'ata timshal bo, but you can rule over it. In the story, Chazal understand that chatat, what does it mean that sin crouches at your door? What is waiting for you? What is trying to devour you? What would you say? What's crouching at your door? What's waiting for you? So Chazal understand that this is a reference to the Yetzer Hara. That the Yetzer Hara is waiting for you, to devour you, to trick you. You can rule over it, but it's waiting. And the image that we have is that there's a battle. There's a battle between you and the Yetzer Hara. And what is the goal of that battle? What are you trying to do with that battle? What's the ultimate goal? So if you look at source number 4, the Sifra, Vayomer Moshe, Zeh davar shetiva Hashem tasu, Amar lehem Moshe Yisrael, Oto Yetzer Hara heviru milibchem. What are you supposed to do with the Yetzer Hara? You're supposed to destroy it. You're supposed to destroy it. You're supposed to remove it from your heart. There is a battle. There is a cosmic battle, a human battle between you and your Yetzer Hara, and the goal of the world, the goal of your life, is to destroy this Yetzer Hara, to conquer the Yetzer Hara, and to remove it from your heart. That is one image of human life, the challenge, the battles, the triumphs. But if you look at source number 5, the Mishnah in Brachot presents a different kind of sense of psychology and the goals. V'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol ma'odecha What does it mean, b'chol levavcha, that you should love Hashem, your God, with all of your hearts? What does it mean, b'chol levavcha, b'shnei yitzarecha, b'yetzer tov, u'b'yetzer hara? That you're supposed to serve Hashem, love Hashem, with not just your yetzer tov, but also with your yetzer hara. And what does that mean? What does it mean that you should serve Hashem with not just your yetzer tov, but also your yetzer hara? How is that your avodat Hashem? What would you think? What would you say? What does that mean? Yes. Bless him for the good and the bad. So the approach is that it's not just Kashem Shavarcham Al Tov, Kach Mavarcham Al Ra, that you bless Hashem for the good and the bad. So there's Tov and Ra, Yafeh. What would you say?
I think that having the Yetzer Hara offers us the challenge to actually overcome and makes the good we do that much greater.
So one approach, actually you find it in the first approach in the Rebbeinu Yonah in source number 6, is that the Avodat Hashem of the Yetzer Hara is to conquer the Yetzer Hara. That is the Avodat Hashem, meaning it fits along with what we've been saying. The Yetzer Hara is wholly evil. The goal is to conquer it. What does it mean to serve Hashem b'chol levavcha, with the Yetzer Tov and Yetzer Hara? The Avodat Hashem of the Yetzer Hara is to conquer the Yetzer Hara. Yafeh. So that's in Rebbeinu Yonah. Any other approaches? Yeah. Alex.
Even if you don't want to do it, you do it anyway.
I didn't want to say Benji, so you. Okay, yes. That even if you didn't want to do it, you do it anyway. Yeah. Meaning the Yetzer Hara is saying not to. The Yetzer Hara is telling you not to do it, and then you do it anyway. That is an avodat Hashem with the Yetzer Hara. And that, by the way, is a very interesting question about aseh ritzoncha ritzono, which is to what extent, right? The Rambam talks about this Parish HaMishnah. To what extent are you supposed to not even want to do it? And to what extent is it you want to do the Avera, but your will, your ratzon, stops it? It's a great question, Benji. Yeah. Okay, can you say that again a little louder? To use the emotions and the passions of the Yetzer Hara for Kedusha. Okay, so in this you have, look at source number 7. The Medrash says in Bereshit Rabbah, Rabbi Nachman bar Shmuel bar Nachman Shem bar Shmuel bar Nachman, Amar, Hinei Tov Ma'od. When Hashem says Hinei Tov Ma'od, what does it mean Hinei Tov Ma'od? Ze Yetzer Tov, Hinei Tov Ma'od, Ze Yetzer Hara. That when Hashem says it's very good, that man's creation is very good, what does he mean? It's not just very good for Yetzer Tov, it's also very good for Yetzer Hara. The Midrash asks, Yetzer Hara Tov Ma'od etmai, could it be that the Yetzer Hara is very good? Why is that good? Ela she'ilule Yetzer Hara, if it wasn't for the Yetzer Hara, lo bana adam bayit, v'lo nasa isha, v'lo holid, v'lo nasa v'natan. If it wasn't for the Yetzer Hara, a person wouldn't build a house, a person wouldn't get married, a person wouldn't have children, a person wouldn't engage in business. It's the Yetzer Hara that leads a person to do that. Now, in this midrash, how would you translate the word Yetzer Hara? What is Yetzer Tov and Yetzer Hara in this midrash? Yeah.
For Yetzer Hara, it seems just it's drive.
What kind of drives? Meaning there's a Yetzer Tov drive, Yetzer Hara drive. Yeah.
Yetzer Hara would probably be your base drives,
Mm-hmm.
your drives that, you want material wealth, you want to be with someone beautiful, and then your Yetzer Tov is taking those base drives and somehow channeling them through a more divine power. You want wealth to get stuff, and you want to be with someone beautiful to raise a Torah family.
So the Yetzer Hara is one of the base drives, is a base drive, and the Yetzer Tov is like the noble drives. and actually because I'm in the presence also of Rabbi Carmi when I took philosophy. So this is a very Platonic image of the chariot driver with the black horse and the white horse driving it. And then the goal is not to squash the Yetzer Hara. What would then be the goal? It's to channel. And the Yetzer Tov isn't good and the Yetzer Hara isn't bad. Right? The Yetzer Tov is the spiritual, perhaps holy, is the connection to Hashem, is the dveikut, is the drive that we have to connect with Hashem. And the Yetzer Hara is the base drives. And the goal of B'chol Levavcha is to serve Hashem with all of your heart. Not just the Yetzer Hara, but the Yetzer Tov. And Yetzer Hara and Yetzer Tov are not good versus bad. That both are crucial in Avodat Hashem. That both are crucial in Avodat Hashem, not as a b'di'evet they're crucial, but that's the point of the world. Marriage isn't a concession. Holid Banim isn't a concession. It's the point. It's what we're trying to do, which is to bring your full selves, b'chol levavcha, into your Avodat Hashem. I want to show you a story in the Torah, the key foundational story, that I think highlights this in a dramatic way. But look at source number 8. The story of the Akedah, which is of course well known. And it was after these things that Hashem tried Abraham. Vayomer elav Abraham, vayomer hineni. And Hashem said Abraham, and Abraham answered hineni. What does hineni mean? What does hineni mean? Here I am. Hineni is here I am. So it definitely means here I am. It actually probably means a little more than here I am. Rashi says, Lashon Zimun, which is not just here I am, but here I am for you. Hashem says Abraham says Hineni, I am here for you, Hashem. I will do everything you want. My life is for you, Hashem. I am here. Lashon Zimun, you tell me what you want. I am here for you. Hashem says, take Yitzchak, bring him to the mountain that I'll show you. Abraham takes Yitzchak, and he goes on a journey. He finds the place. Vayelchu shneim yachtav, and they both walk together. And if you look at the underlines, Vayomer Yitzchak el Avraham aviv, Vayomer avi. And Yitzchak says to Avraham, his father, he says, my father. Vayomer, and Avraham answers, Hineni b'ni. Vayomer hinei eish veitzim v'ayeh esel olah. I see that the wood, I see the fire. Where is the korban? Vayomer Avraham Elokim yirlo esel olah b'ni. V'yelchu shneim yachtav. Hashem will show us the korban. Now these are amazing psukim, because normally in the Torah skips over every detail of the conversation. The Torah is not a history book. It's not recording there's a lot of conversations that start off, Abba, yes, son. You know, Yaakov says to Yosef, yes, Abba. Where are your brothers? But the Torah doesn't record the first line of the conversation. The Torah is not recording every single detail of the conversation. It's getting to the ikar. But yet, in this conversation, we're brought into every minor, every small detail. Vayomer Yitzchak al Avraham aviv, Vayomer avi, Vayomer hineni b'ni, Vayomer hinei eish ve'etzim. Why does the Torah slow down to record each moment of this conversation? And I would suggest that the reason is that this part of the conversation is not tangential. It is the reason. For what happens when Yitzchak turns to his father and says, Avi, what does Avram answer him? Hineni. And what does Hineni mean? Not just I am here, but I am here for you. Yitzchak. Lashon Zimun. I'll do anything for you. My whole life is for you, Yitzchak. As a father, I do anything for you, Yitzchak. And this is the internal tension of the story of the Akedah, where the two aspects of Avram's life, the Avraham Ivri and the Avraham Avi, are in irreconcilable tension, where the two hinenis of his life are clashing. And Abraham needs to choose which hineni. What is he going to choose? The Medrash says in source number 9 that the Satan, an old man, appears to Abraham along the journey. He says, Abraham, are you crazy? How can you kill Yitzchak? And Abraham says, Almanat Kain, I have to do so. He says, Abraham, you can't do it. Your son that was gifted to you at 100 years old. And Abraham says, I have to do it. Who is this Satan? In Nacham Alibu it says the Satan is Abraham himself. And the Midrash is recording the inner conversation of Abraham. That there's a dialogue between the Abraham Ivri and the Abraham Avi. Now we know that Abraham Ivri, that Abraham, the one who's devoted, who gives everything to Hashem, is the one that at the end, Abraham's willing to kill the Abraham Avi, that side of himself. But look at the ultimate ending of the story. Abraham picks up the knife to kill his son. And the Malach Hashem calls out from the heavens, Vayomer Abraham, Abraham. Vayomer Hineni. He says Abraham twice. Why does the Malach Hashem say Abraham twice? And perhaps the ultimate message of the story is Abraham. Both Abraham Ivri and Abraham Avi are precious to Hashem. You do not have to kill one for the other. Both are holy. Both are ways of serving God. That we need all of you, all of these parts of you in your avodat Hashem. Vayomer, and Abraham says, Hineni. The ultimate lesson then is that the goal in our lives is to bring our full selves into our avodat Hashem. And that's what we do uniquely at Yeshiva University. At Yeshiva University, we know that the ikar, that the kovea, of course, has to be Torah, and that it's our Jewish values which makes us unique and distinct. Kihi chachmatchem ubinatchem. And we also know that there are additional parts of you, and that when you study those additional parts, as a scientist, as a writer, as a lawyer, as a doctor, as a coder, that all of these parts are precious and go into how you uniquely will serve Hashem. You know, I mentioned when I started that Yeshiva University stands for the 5 Torot. Torat Emet, that we believe in truth, and we believe that the Torah is true, and that's our guide for all our lives. Torat Chaim, that we bring our Torah into the world. Torat Adam, that each individual is precious and has inclinations, skills, and gifts that they uniquely combine and bring into the world. Torat Chesed, that we do so with kindness and compassion. And Torat Zion, that we believe not just in the state of Israel, but we believe in redemption, in the Geula, and that our lives are primed and devoted to moving Jewish history forward. This piece is Torat Adam, is that every individual is special and has the skills and talents that they have to bring wholly and totally into the service of Hashem. That we're bringing our Jewish values into the world. This is not a concession. This is the point. What is the point of the Jewish people in the world? If not to bring our values out into the world. And what we do here, developing the entire personality, okay, is unique to us. You know, many of you have studied, or your first year here, have studied last year in Israel, and have been in a yeshiva, and have been on a mountaintop, studying in the hills of Judea, 24/7, only learning Torah, and that's wonderful and incredible. Incredible. The Shabbaton, Kulot Torah, incredible. And there are a miyut of people like Reb Shimon ben Yochai, that should stay up on the mountain and that live there. But as the Gemara says, that most are Rabbi Yishmael. And this is not because they have to be Rabbi Yishmael, because their purpose of their lives is to be Rabbi Yishmael. To learn how to be out in the world and to sanctify God's name in the world. To bring all of their talents and skills. Not to stay up on a mountain, but to be out in the world in a way that spreads our values. And Yeshiva University is the bridge or the accelerator that enables you and teaches you how to do that. There's a stage in your life that you need to sit on the mountaintop. But there's a stage in your life that you need to be in the accelerator, to learn how to move to the rest of your life. I remember recently in the post-Pesach program, a student came over to me and said, this is crazy. I missed Shacharis 3 times. I didn't go to Minyan. And nobody came over to me and said anything to me. Because I'm used to in my yeshiva in Israel where somebody would come over and say something. I said, when you graduate from here and move into your community and you miss Shacharis and Minyan, nobody's coming over to you. Okay, this is the place where you learn how to go to Shacharis with the Minyan and take the responsibility. And you have in your resources, okay, the greatest rabbis, the greatest Roshei Yeshiva, the greatest source of strength and wisdom, the greatest fountain of support with mashkichim and teachers and faculty and people who care about you. Right? This is the place where you can have at your disposal turn to for guidance and advice all of this constellation of super incredible chachma right here. This is the place that teaches you that you can ask these she'elot and questions, that teaches you how to not just study your values, but how to live your values. That's what we do at Yeshiva University. This is an awesome time of your life. There is so much here. We are an educational institution. We are a yeshiva that prepares you for the rest of your life living as Avdei Hashem, as servants of God, fulfilling your unique role, what makes you unique, what makes you special. This morning you started off by studying the ethical dilemmas in the workplace. But for us, we don't see this as dilemmas. We see this as opportunities. It's opportunities to live your values and bring them out into the world. This is your opportunity that's ahead of you at Yeshiva University. It's a wonderful gift that you're here. You are the leaders in the world of tomorrow. They need you. The world needs our values. They need our role model. And you have the opportunity to be Mekadesh Shem Shamayim Barabim, perhaps like never before in history. This is what awaits you. And this is why we're excited for these years. Because seeing you on today, on opening day, we know that this is just the beginning of wonderful things to come. Thank you.